Hi, this is Michael Uslan. You're watching Batman on film.
Hey now, welcome to episode number 64, 63 or 4. It'll be here somewhere, so I'll get it right. I'll just look, and then my mind is out of sorts. So,
I think this is 64. But
64.
This is the first vlog that we're doing in the flesh.
Yes,
look
can you
at
believe it?
this. No split screen.
It is true. So we are in the new Batman on Film office in Little Elm, Texas, and we're gonna make this short for you guys. But real quick, there were two big news drops today, and I want to start with the first one to say that Joel Schumacher, the director of Batman Forever and Batman and Robin, passed away at the age of 80 after a battle with cancer. And it's kind of ironic. I don't know if that's the word to use, Rick, but it's just last week there were a lot of articles written about the 25th anniversary of Batman Forever, which was last week.
And you guys just did a podcast.
Did a podcast. Pete Vera wrote a retrospective on it. I reposted some articles from long ago. One from the 10th anniversary of Batman Forever, not written by me, but a former contributor who went under the name of Scissor Puppy and put together a very detailed detailed description in written form of the Red Diary cut of Batman Forever.
Release the Schumacher cut.
And then, of course, there's a release the Schumacher cut kind of thing going on. But I still don't know if that's ever going to happen. Hopefully, maybe it will. So our rest in peace, Joel Schumacher. I've made no bones about it. Batman Forever I have a soft spot in my heart for that film. It came after Batman Returns, which was one of the reasons the change in tone that I enjoyed. And then that's a movie when my kids were little, in the 90s and early 2000s. We watched. I don't know how many times we watched Batman Forever. So. Joel Schumacher gone at the age of 80.
I'll say this real fast, too. I'm not a fan. We'll do a toast. We're doing a happy hour vlog here. Not a big fan of his Batman films, but he seemed like a really, really cool guy. And, man, he made some really great films that people don't think about being him. Falling Down with Michael Douglas is one of them.
Falling
That is an
Down,
outstanding
St. Elmo's Fire,
Lost Boys, Flatliners.
Yes.
So, and then what's the film? The Phone Booth?
With Colin Farrell.
Yeah, with Colin Farrell.
I did 8mm with, that was Nick Cage, wasn't it?
Nick Cage, a lot of kind of some DC alum in there.
And I've always said that Batman Forever gets unfairly lopped in with Batman and Robin. It was a huge hit. I mean, there were people, I don't know if you weren't either around or you were too little at that point, but Batman Forever was a huge hit in 1995. Good Christ's sake!
It was a huge hit.
Second number 2 movie of the year. Had just a great soundtrack with Seal, Kiss from a Rose, U2. That did very well on the musical charts. It was a happening. It wasn't a Batman '89 happening. It wasn't a Dark Knight happening, but it was a happening nonetheless. So,
the popularity of Jim Carrey certainly didn't hurt it.
Yes.
So, anyways, but let's have a toast to Joe Schumacher.
Yeah.
And
all right, Joel.
Jameson Cassidy.
Yes, there you go, sir.
Cheers.
All right, here's the big news of the day. And if you've been paying attention to, if you follow me on Twitter, and if you're part of our Facebook fan group, I have teased this over the last week plus. Didn't come out and say anything because, number one, I knew that it was going to be an exclusive to some outlet, and I'm not a scoop site. Maybe you call me a teaser site, but I teased it. But and apparently the negotiations were still going on, so I didn't want to do anything that would hex that at all. But Michael Keaton, who is almost 70 years old, is the official report was in the wrap, and it says he is in talks, but it's a done deal. Okay, that's pretty much a done deal, and he is going to return. He'll be in the Flash movie I don't know if they're going to call it the Flash or they're going to call it Flashpoint, but that's the Flashpoint. If you read the Flashpoint comic book, this is the inspiration for it. It's not going to be Flashpoint just like it was in the comic book, but apparently, Barry Allen, the Flash, goes back in time to try to prevent his mother from being killed and his father from being blamed for a murder and put in prison. And by doing so, he F's up the whole timeline and all kind of craziness, different versions of characters and so forth and so on. But I guess when it's all said and done and the timeline is reset, Batman, Michael Keaton's Batman from Batman '89, Batman Forever, is going to be the Bruce Wayne of the DCEU, if you still want to call it that.
Batman Returns.
What's that?
You said Batman Forever.
Oh, Batman Returns. Yes, Batman Returns. So, there you have it.
So
that's it.
And it's rumored that we're not talking just a cameo. This is something that will carry on perhaps over a series of films.
Yes, it was done. I think part of the deal was, hey, if we're gonna write that check, the kind of check it's going to take to get Michael Keaton to play Batman again, or Bruce Wayne, they would want him for more than a cameo in Flashpoint. And from what I've told, the role's expanded. He's basically the co-star of the film. I suppose Ezra Miller will return as Barry Allen the Flash. That's a whole different conversation, whether you like that version of the Flash or not. And it could lead into a
mentor role.
A movie where Bruce Wayne, this aged Michael Keaton, Bruce Wayne is a mentor to a protege. And it may be a female protege. It could be a little combination of Dark Knight Returns and Kingdom Come and Batman Beyond, but a female instead of Carrie Kelly. Maybe it's Batgirl. Maybe it's Batgirl. So that's the deal. And I got to say, Rick, this is to me the only way you can have two concurrent Batmans on film at the same time. Of course, because you have Robert Pattinson and Matt Reeves doing the Batman. It's a whole different, not part of this deal. It's its own thing. It's going to continue to be its own thing. It's more like Joker was. And I'm not saying it's connected to Joker because it's not. It's its own thing. It's not part of the... it's not part of anything that's even loosely connected with, there's Wonder Woman 84 coming out. There's been Aquaman and so forth. I mean, for all intents and purposes, they exist in the same universe, but they are still, as Warner Brothers has said, they're their own creative entity, and they're filmmaker driven. But somewhere in the periphery is Henry Cavill's Superman, even though we don't know what's going to happen with Henry Cavill's Superman. And as of right now, Ben Affleck's Batman, but with the Flashpoint and the time setting change, that's going to change.
So essentially, moving forward, Michael Keaton is in essence going to be the DCEU Batman,
or Bruce Wayne.
I don't think we're not going.
I think you're going to.
They are not going to not put him in the suit.
I think he'll be in the suit at some point.
Sure.
In this movie, now I don't think they're going to do a Michael Keaton solo Batman film.
No, I don't think that either. Yeah. That's left to Matt Reeves and
this is where you come in and do, I don't know, Batgirl or Batman Beyond or whatever, Kingdom Come, whatever you want to do there. So yeah,
and that's also how it can coexist because it's more of a supporting role versus he's not the lead. Right, so to have two solo Batman at the same time.
I wouldn't even say I wouldn't even equate it to Robert Downey Jr. in the Marvel films. It's not even like that. It's just it seems to be a way that they're able to we're going to reboot and reset this thing. They didn't throw the baby out with the bathwater, obviously, because Gal is still Wonder Woman and. Aquaman was a hit, with Jason Momoa.
I mean, Shazam's going to be
and there's
filmed.
going to be another one, and then Shazam 2's coming, and they're loose, connected and whatnot. But it's a chance for them to kind of just move forward, and maybe it opens the door also for Henry Cavill to return without. Maybe he never died now. You know what I mean? Maybe they do maybe they do another Superman film, Henry Cavill, and BVS didn't happen and he didn't die.
Well, he came back to life anyway, though.
Yes.
I mean,
but you're avoiding all that nonsense.
True. Curious to see how that's going to be addressed in Snyder's cut.
But we still don't know what's happening with Superman. But that's
But here's
that's
the deal. Michael Keaton is my second favorite Batman on film. Christian Bale being my first, and really, truthfully, Keaton probably would be a tie, or maybe even my first, if his material had been stronger. Bale had the luxury of having, in my view, 3 great films and told a trilogy from beginning, middle to end. Whereas with Michael Keaton, I still love Batman '89. I borderline despise Batman Returns. So he's really only in one good Batman film, and then that was it. So it's for him to still have the impact that he has on a lot of fans, including myself, it's testimony to how great he was. And he
was the first serious Batman, and he was extremely great in the role.
He's so great in the role.
So that's a good combination.
Sure.
There,
So I mean, it's just really cool as a fan that he's coming back.
It is.
I'm excited.
I'm excited, and I as someone who's also very much excited for the Batman and wanted a fresh start with Batman on film after BVS, after Justice League. I'm still excited for this because it's kind of like it's not treading on what Matt Reeves is doing.
No.
At all. And I think it's cool that DC on film with Warner Brothers Pictures can do a Joker, that's not. It doesn't all have to connect but still be part of this different versions of DC characters. I'd like to see more of it. I mean, to be honest, I'd like to see more things like Joker, and I would equate the Batman and its sequels more to that than what's going on with with Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Shazam, and Black Adam, and all this that's coming. So yeah, I mean, I've got nothing but I'm excited, man. I mean, look.
It's a good time to be a fan. I mean, everybody's kind of getting a little something that they wanted, and you and I are getting our solo Batman film. We got Michael Keaton's coming back. There's some connectivity, then there's not. Then Snyder's deal on HBO Max next year. So
but Michael Keaton's coming back as Batman.
Michael Keaton is coming back as Batman.
He'll say, I'm Batman again.
Oh, dude. He's always, that's the thing. He's so proud of that role.
Yeah.
And he set the standard for that part. Just why I personally didn't like Schumacher stuff, but I don't want to talk about that today on the day the man passed away. But again,
you're shitting on Joel Schumacher's Batman films, and the man passed away.
I'm not, though, at all. That's why I'm going to tap the brakes and shift gears. And again, Joel Schumacher's done some amazing films. Yes. And by the way, regardless, whether it's Joel Schumacher or Zack Snyder or any other contentious director that's handled the material, they're all a permanent part of Batman history, and you have to tip your hat to that, regardless. No matter what you think of, you may not even like the Nolan films. That's fine, but you still have to tip your hat to Nolan.
I've said before that I don't like Batman Returns. I think it's more of a Tim Burton movie, but it's still a valid interpretation of Batman, because every writer, director puts his own spin on Batman. Reeves is doing it. So
sure.
What's the old saying? There's a saying about defending the First Amendment. I disagree with everything you say, but I will die for you to be able to say it.
Yeah,
so
people often take that as a Voltaire quote. It's not. Yeah. But yeah, it's like I disagree with what you say, but I will defend to the death your right to say it.
Yes. So I mean. I prefer filmmaker-driven films as opposed to producer-driven stuff. And while I don't like Batman Returns, while I didn't like BVS, I still would defend those directors, Tim Burton and Zack Snyder, respectively, their right to make those films,
Right.
and let the audience judge. That's what Michael Uslan says. You know, make the film. Don't judge. Don't prejudge. See it, and then criticize if needed, or praise if needed.
There you go.
You know?
There you go.
Yeah. So,
All right.
anything else?
I
Except Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton's coming back as Batman
again. Yeah.
Michael Keaton is returning as Batman
Yeah.
for the first time since I was a junior in high school, and I'm old. It's awesome.
It is. All right, that's going to do it. That's all we got. Michael Keaton's back as Batman. Props to Joel Schumacher. Rest in peace. Thank you for me. Thank you for Batman Forever. I will still watch it forever.
There you go.
No pun intended.
Yeah.
And that's it. Thanks for watching.
Michael Keaton's back as Batman.
Yes.
What?
And we'll catch you next time.
See you guys.